There we go. All right. All right, let's start.
All right.
Well, first of all, I want to say, I'm really happy that you've agreed to do this little interview together. Dan and I know each other for I've calculated about 10 years. So how old are you now?
Yeah,
How old are you
that's
now?
true. 10 years. Yep, 10 alive.
How old are you now?
17.
You're 17. So, yeah, I got to know you when you were a student, I think first over at the Reuben Gittleman School, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And
When I
you
was
were probably
7.
about 7 years of age.
Yep.
And so I've had the wonderful opportunity to know Dan for 10 years. And in those 10 years, I've seen you grow into this kind of wonderful, smart, just a great young man who cares a lot and is very sensitive and understanding and compassionate. And I know you're a good student. I remember your years over at the middle school, and now you're at the high school. What grade are you in now?
I'm in 11th grade.
You're in 11th grade. And I know that you've been just terrific there. And as we got to know each other through the years, there was a point where you had come to understand that in addition to all these wonderful, great qualities that you also have this thing called Asperger's disorder.
Yeah.
Do you remember about what age you learned that you had Asperger's disorder?
I learned I had Asperger's syndrome when I was 12.
Okay.
Basically, one afternoon I was rummaging through our bookcase and saw all this stuff on Asperger's syndrome. Kind of almost just like freaked out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I saw these videos, these books. So I asked my parents. They sat me down and told me I have it.
And you said you freaked out a little bit?
Kind of, yeah, at first. First, just because like it was new. It was, I don't know. Maybe I was connecting the dots. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you think about it in your life now, how does Asperger's disorder, how does that impact you now? Do you do any thinking about that?
Yes and no. I mean, I think of it sometimes in my moments of weakness.
Okay.
Don't think about it in my moments of triumph. Asperger's syndrome definitely sometimes makes me or makes everyone think like I'm that weird kid because I dress differently than other people. I do different things. I can make very weird comments sometimes.
Okay.
Also, because I have this, I'm not exactly a ladies' man, you know.
Okay.
So I'd say that's, and also in classroom settings, it can be very, very, very bad, and I'm like extra self-conscious in classrooms as opposed to just hanging out with friends.
Okay. So does Asperger's make you self-conscious?
It does at times. Again, in the social situation, adapting to the social situation is one thing that I find I'm not good at. What everybody can do, I kind of like, or like what everybody's doing, sometimes it takes me a little bit of while to get it, or, you know.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So on one hand, that's okay. So on one hand, you said that some things it takes you, like in social situations, a little while to get it.
Yeah.
Can you think of any kind of example?
Let's see. I remember, and this has changed, but last year, and even so, I'm very much in my classes. I'm very much the studious kid who who raises his hand a lot and has right answers, and teacher likes him. Almost, I don't want to say I'm a teacher's pet.
Mhm.
So, and now I realize that I probably was getting judged by all my peers for being this kid. They probably are, thinking like, wow, and sometimes classmates have even groaned when I haven't understood something,
Okay.
but I've asked for clarification in classrooms.
Yeah, okay. Do you think other students know you have Asperger's disorder?
I don't actually. I keep it to myself a lot
Mm-hmm.
and only tell those that I'm either one, very comfortable telling with,
Mm-hmm.
and or they have told me something about themselves first.
Mm-hmm.
Like an anonymous person told me that she had cystic fibrosis, so I told her that I have Asperger's syndrome.
Okay. Um, I mean, I think you're an amazingly terrific young man, as you probably know. I think that about you.
Thank you, and I think it's the same about you, honestly.
Thank you. Um, do you think Asperger's impacts you in any kind of really good ways also?
I do, because I feel that one, it helped me grow up. I guess it's kind of hard to say, actually. Have a minute to think about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I know in some cases, even though I have Asperger's syndrome, it doesn't mean I can't do it. It it basically, like, in tests regions, I know I did a lot better than many other kids.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that took a lot of studying.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in terms of any good ways, it has, I remember I told this one kid and he was like he didn't even think of me to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in that case, I mean, that's good in the sense that I can play the part so well,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Play the part of just.
being myself, because it was a heck of a lot harder when I was younger.
I was going to ask you about that. What's you've come a long way, right?
Yes.
And so when you were younger, what do you think? What was harder in those days? What were you like in those days when you were younger? Let's say when I just got to know you around 7 and 8.
Oh my gosh, I was an angry kid. I threatened to throw a chair once in a classroom setting.
Mm-hmm.
I have punched a girl who was making fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
However, at the same time, it was also very sad and emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a bully.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was, or am, just a very confused kid.
Yeah, maybe at that time you were just confused about a lot of things.
Yeah, and I remember I resented certain services that my parents paid for,
Mm-hmm.
because the way my mom put it, because, hey, it was just like another way to pick at me.
Mm-hmm.
I resented speech therapy, even though I was pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't resent occupational therapy because that was actually very fun.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't resent going to you because you are a very, very great person.
Well, thank you, Dan. You too.
Thank you. But yeah, so there was a lot of
So it was harder. It was
resistance.
harder when you were. It was harder when you were younger.
It was so much harder. I was the outcast, more of an outcast, I'd say, when I was younger
Yeah.
than I am now, but they can sort of balance each other out in
Mhm.
terms of how much outcasts. It was just so much harder than when I was younger because even though kids became less judgmental, I had more things that that they could see me as. So I did make some friends.
Yeah. And
Despite
do
these.
you have friends these days?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I can't do without them.
Okay.
I sit at a spot during unit lunch at my school. I sit at a specific spot with them. We talk, we goof off. And I sit with like call us almost miscellaneous clique. We're not really a clique as much as we're just a group of friends eating lunch together. We do crazy things. We enjoy video games. We enjoy art. We enjoy anime, manga. I enjoy crocheting, so that's the art aspect, writing
Did
poetry.
you make this?
Actually, he's pointing at a chessboard.
No, I'm pointing to your hat.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
Did you make your hat?
Sorry, there's a chessboard over there in the video. Edit that part out.
Not a problem. That's okay. That's all right. Did you make your
Yes,
hat?
I did. I crocheted it.
Just turn your head to the show there.
Yes, I did.
That's a great-
I crocheted this. Again, another thing that was hard for me back in the day was
Yeah.
motor skills. Took me a while to actually learn basic motor skills. Yeah, because, well, it did. I learned them, however, and I'd say I really adopted my style of crocheting at the end of 8th grade. I've been doing it ever since.
You do great work. I mean,
Thank you.
absolutely do.
Thank you.
Terrific work. You remember you crocheted something for me, or was that needlepoint? I'm not sure. If
That was, I weaved Elliot a bookmark.
Yeah, I love that bookmark.
I used to do those when I was younger a
Right.
lot, and I do them on a personal basis, and I'd ask them their favorite colors. I wouldn't tell them why, and make a bookmark.
Yeah, it's great. I love my bookmark.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
You're doing some kind of, much of your life I know you've done some things that you really love and enjoy. What are some of your, what are some of the things you love to do?
Like I said before, I love to crochet. I love to snowboard.
Yeah, snowboard is big for you, right?
Yeah, in our family, we just love going snowboarding. We have a house in Vermont. We go there. That's just the greatest, is being in the terrain parks and just just like having good old fashioned fun. I do like to skateboard.
And I know you're quite good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are. You're very, very good.
I do like to skateboard. I'm not as good as snowboarding, and I don't do it as much, but I try. Why not?
Dan, have you thought about, you're young yet, so maybe you haven't thought about this, but just curious, have you thought about what you want to do growing up?
I have actually thought of it a little bit, and
What do you think?
I may want to do what you do. I
Okay.
may want to. I'm really thinking about being a psychologist.
Nice.
Because I want to help people intellectually, and I don't want to just deal with a job where you just sit there, do papers, paperwork. That's just not the type of job I would want. I want to really help people.
Nice.
Because I feel that having so many services as a kid, I want to give back to this community of people that are willing to help others.
Nice. Very nice. Well, that sounds terrific. You know what? We're gonna have to stop now. Probably we could talk for at least another hour or two. But it's great. Thank you so much for sharing some great stuff about you. You are an absolutely great young man. I know great things are going to happen for you, and of course, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, bye.
Ugh.